Wilmington, we do have breaking news to bring you right now. Authorities in Ohio in a standoff with a man they say tried to break into the FBI Cincinnati office. So you're looking at live images from that scene right now. You can see somebody directing traffic there. We have learned, by the way, that the suspect has been contained in a cornfield nearby, basically off an interstate near Wilmington, Ohio. So authorities are set to hold a news conference with more information. You are looking at where we will be getting more information from those local authorities. We will obviously bring you there live as soon as that happens. In the meantime, ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Kurtaski right beside me, keeping me company through this. So this is somewhat bizarre, I think we have to say, possibility here. We have a man whom we know from local authorities has tried to break into this FBI office in Ohio. We know he is still in a cornfield. What else do we know?
Well, this all started at the FBI office in Cincinnati, where they said that the man brandished a nail gun as he tried to break into this office. We don't know why, Deirdre, but clearly the context may matter here, because we know the FBI has been concerned about threats to agents following the raid on former President Trump's Florida residence. To be clear again, we do not know the motive here or the situation in Ohio, but after the attempted break-in, police said the man led them on a chase along Interstate 71, which is between Cincinnati and Columbus, and that chase ended in a cornfield near Wilmington. That cornfield is now perhaps a crime scene. We're waiting to see what happens, but we know shots have already been fired. The suspect, a man believed to be from Columbus or in that area, is said to have a gunshot wound to the leg, but he's still mobile. He's contained, but has not been taken into custody.
But what you're describing is certainly a standoff.
An active scene for sure. The interstate in that stretch is shut down, so are nearby roads. The lockdown covers a 1-mile radius. Anybody who lives nearby has been told to please stay inside behind locked doors. And the authorities have brought in FBI hostage negotiators, the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the local authorities to make sure that this suspect remains contained. He was armed, in addition to the nail gun, Deirdre, with an AR-15 style rifle. He's wearing body armor and a gray T-shirt.
So we can assume, without knowing any details, this was obviously a planned event, at least from his perspective, because you don't just get up in the morning and put on body armor.
It would seem so, but again, the authorities have not given us any indication as to who this person is or what his motivation might be. The Ohio State Highway Patrol has said only in a statement to us that they are on this scene and working it, and that it remains active. Clinton County, Ohio Emergency Management has told us about this lockdown that's in effect, and we are learning from the FBI about the attempted break-in at the FBI field office in Cincinnati.
So, Aaron, I want to pick up on something that you said just a few moments ago, because as you were reporting yesterday, well, since it broke, that the FBI went to the Mar-a-Lago in Florida estate, the Trump estate, we have to, as you said, really underline clearly, we have absolutely no idea if these two incidences are connected, but there has been a lot of anger directed at the Department of Justice, directed at the FBI. There are a lot of people on social media who say that the former president is being treated unfairly, and they wish to target these parts of our government. So we don't know if this is in response to that, but it certainly is a possibility.
We don't know. It is a possibility, I suppose. And the FBI director, Christopher Wray, was asked about this yesterday. He was asked about the raid, and he was asked about the potential threats to his agents. He said he couldn't talk about the raid, but he did say that he is always concerned about any kind of threat to law enforcement officers generally and FBI agents in particular. And a lot of this anger has risen to the surface after the FBI showed up unannounced on Monday morning and stayed for the better part of the day at the former president's South Florida residence. We're not sure what they may have found, what they may have been looking for, or what they may have taken from the home, but sources have told us they were there in connection with a court-authorized search linked to the possibility that the former president mishandled classified information.
I mean, even apparently the judge who signed off on those papers is being targeted, according to social media. It really is all a buzz.
Well, it is, and there's been a number of calls for the Justice Department to perhaps say something about why, or about what predicated this search. So far, though, the Justice Department has been sticking to its long-standing policy not to talk about any kind of case until there is a criminal charge brought. And here, there is no criminal charge against former President Trump at this stage. We know there are exceptions to that rule. James Comey famously spoke openly about Hillary Clinton and her use of a private email server, so we're not sure whether the Justice Department is prepared to make a similar exception in this case, despite ongoing calls to for the Justice Department to do just that. But we know about the threats to agents. I'm so glad you brought that up,
because the timing of that release as well, many people say, changed the fate of the political course here.
Well, and that's what the FBI has been wanting to avoid, although, again, circumstances may have changed in the country, and there's been something of a clamor from both Republicans and Democrats for the FBI to explain itself. Former President Trump could also release the search warrant affidavit and perhaps give the information himself, although he has so far declined to do that. But be that as it may, that brings us to where we are today, with a man armed with an AR-15 and a nail gun now in a cornfield in Ohio after attempting, for an as yet unknown reason, to break into the FBI office in Cincinnati.
And I'm so glad you brought up as well what the local authorities have told people who live in that area. It must be so frightening for them, albeit it seems as if this suspect is in a cornfield, is more or less contained in this kind of shoot-off situation, standoff situation with local police. But as you say, an AR-15 can do a lot of damage. So people have been advised to just stay home, stay in.
There's a lockdown in effect, according to Clinton County Emergency Management, within a 1-mile radius of this cornfield where this man is said to be contained now. People have been told to stay indoors behind locked doors until the all clear is given. It's not clear how many people may live around there. It does seem to be quite a bit of farmland. They're near Wilmington, Ohio. This is right off Interstate 71, and it's where the suspect, driving a white Ford Crown Victoria, appears to have led the Ohio State Troopers and the FBI following this alleged attempt to break into the FBI office in Cincinnati.
Aaron, we are going to be dependent on you for updates. Thank you. In the meantime, Aaron Kurtowski, he will be back with us shortly. And obviously, as soon as that conference starts from Wilmington, Ohio, with the very latest from local officials there, we will bring you to that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.